Welcome back. I'm glad you're here. So today is titled Misplaced Worship. Yesterday we talked about Josiah and how the people were doing what was right in their own eyes. And today we're looking at Moses when he went to Mount Sinai to commune with God. And in Exodus 31, starting in 17 and 18, it is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and on the seventh day he rested and was refreshed. And he gave unto Moses, when he had made an end of communing with him upon Mount Sinai, 2 tables of testimony, tables of stone, written with the finger of God. So he has just been with God, and he has finished communing with God. And in Exodus 32 is where things seem to take a turn. So starting in verse 1, it says, And when the people saw that Moses delayed to come down out of the mount, the people gathered themselves together unto Aaron, and said unto him, Up, make us gods, which shall go before us. For as for Moses, the man that brought us out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become of him. And Aaron said unto them, Break off the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives and your sons and your daughters, and bring them to me. And all the people brake off the golden earrings which were in their ears, and brought them to Aaron. And he received them by their hand, and fashioned it with a graving tool, after he had made it a molten calf. And they said, These be thy God, O Israel, which brought thee up out of the land of Egypt. What? So they don't know what's happened to Moses. And now they've apparently forgotten that it's God that brought them up out of Egypt. I mean, have they forgotten that? Because now they're making these idols that has brought them up out of Egypt? What? After all that they have seen God do, and that all that he has done for them, and now you're creating idols to worship? I don't understand. I don't understand at all. We see all this, and we scratch our heads, and we see through the Old Testament, we've talked about this, they do what was right in their own eyes, and we look at this, and we think, what were they thinking? What is wrong with y'all? After all you've seen him do, and now you're going to turn your backs on him. We can look at this situation and we can think, this is ridiculous. I don't understand. But then I'm reminded real quick that we do the same thing. We look at the children of Israel and wonder why. Why in the world would you worship an idol? Just some golden statue that you made to worship. I don't get it. And now they have misplaced worship. And their worship belongs to God and nothing else. But we do the same thing. We put other things before God all the time. It may be TV, or we may spend all of our time on social media, or we may spend all of our time on our hobbies, or whatever makes us feel good, whatever it is we're wanting to do. And, we may put our finances before God. We may spend our money and our time chasing our dreams and chasing our goals. And we spend our time chasing possessions, or wanting to have more than the other guy. And, whatever we put before God is an idol. If we're putting anything before God, we're no better than the children of Israel. We're no better than them making what we consider a silly golden statue to worship. And we can think that all day long that that's just ridiculous, and why would you do it? But we do things that are just as ridiculous. Exodus 20 verse 3 says, You shall have no other gods before me. Mark 12:30 says, Love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind, and with all your strength. All. Love him with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, with all your strength. You know, when I was in school, I had a teacher that he was trying to drive his point home, and, and he said, all means all, and that's all means. That's pretty clear. All means all. You know, so anything less than your all is all wrong. You know, nothing should come before God. And just like we talked about yesterday, when Josiah just sees all this chaos around him, you know, when Moses comes back down from Mount Sinai, he sees the same thing. He sees chaos, and he is upset, and he's torn up that he don't know what's happening. And just like we said yesterday, this mess is where the mission is. Our mission is in this world, and it's our job to allow God to use us to bring others to Him, to point others to Christ. And if we're not doing that, we're all wrong. So anything less than your all is all wrong. So we need to really look at our own lives and say, you know, is there anything in my life that I'm placing before God? Is there anything in my life that I need to remove or take a step back from? Because we need to make sure, we need to make real sure that we don't have anything in our lives that is coming before Him. So it might be a hard thing to do, but you know, we gain so much more in His presence than away from it. So I hope that you guys have a great rest of the week, and I will see you next time. Thanks, guys.